So I have no idea why my psychedelics God frequency video is trending right now, but I hope it keeps trending because it's only pissing off the colonized Christians, and I am here for it. However, for those of you who have genuine questions about that experience and that journey, I'm about to have a very transparent moment with you. This is going to be a two-part video, so you're definitely going to want to come back so you can watch the other one. When I was in the peak of my spiritual awakening, and I mean a literal critical moment in my spiritual journey where I felt like I was losing my fucking mind and trying to figure out whether I was going to continue to be a colonized Christian, atheist, or just plain and simple spiritual, I had a conversation with my grandmother who raised me after my mother passed away when I was 13 years old. Now, keep in mind, at this time of this conversation, my grandmother was around 81, 82 years old, and she is still living to this day. Now, even though she wasn't born during the slavery era, she definitely grew up through segregation and raised her children, my mother being one of them, during the civil rights movement. So when I went to her, I asked her, I said, knowing our history and growing up in the era in which you have spent majority of your life, what brought you to Christianity? How can you be a Christian knowing that that religion was only designed for us to follow, not be a part of, to suppress us, not be a part of? She told me out of her mouth, she did it because that's what she was told to do. The level of betrayal I felt in that moment, the level of anger I had in that moment, because not only was I taught to believe that I was less than compared to a man because of that organized religious belief system, not only was I taught that my own personal spiritual gifts was of an active imagination, I made choices in my life, very detrimental choices, because I thought I was doing what was right based on spiritual beliefs that turned out to be something that she just joined because that's what the fuck she was told to do. Now, keep in mind, my mother also had spiritual gifts. My mother, turns out, was actually a spirit medium. However, what I was taught my entire life, keep in mind, I am almost 40 years old. What I was taught my entire life was that my mother was drugged by some man that she was dating, and she hasn't mentally been right, and she's a schizophrenic who needs mental health treatment. It wasn't until my grandmother was around 83, 84 at this time that my aunt, which is my mother's sister, said, no, that is not true. She's been that way all her life. Which further led me to believe my mother was a spirit medium who did not know what to do with her gifts. And she was surrounded by people who was just following some shit that they were told to follow. And they led her to believe that she was crazy.